back to the show. America is going bonkers for 2017's hottest summer trend. White pride, it's back because it never left. Emboldened racists are even wearing their white pride after Labor Day, which is just wrong. So I went looking for a way to fight back.
Samantha.
Daryl, you said you had information about an overlooked terror threat.
We have thousands of analysts and operators looking at Muslim extremist threats, but yet just a couple of dozen looking at domestic white terrorists.
Why should I believe you?
I was the senior domestic terrorism analyst at
Shh. They'll hear you.
the Department of Homeland Security, and I monitor domestic terrorism issues.
Now I actually can't hear you, so.
Well, the bulk of the terrorist attacks in this country are coming from right-wing extremists who are white terrorists. These attacks happen practically on a monthly basis.
So if our country's biggest threat is coming from domestic white terrorists, why is it being ignored by our domestic white leaderists?
There's no constant threat that goes through these attacks.
Would you call Dylan Ruff a terrorist? Would you label him as a terrorist?
No. I
Fringe elements.
It's probably going to go away.
I don't know anything about white supremacy or white supremacists.
I think there's blame on both sides, and I have no doubt about it.
So while they're bending over backwards to keep the Confederate truck nuts vote, what can we do? I traveled across the country to Portland, land of the blonde dashiki. There, I met with former white supremacist Jason Donard. Jason was a skinhead for 7 years, and it wasn't just because of this unfortunate birthmark.
We're terrorized inside our own country. Portland is one of the biggest cities with the racism and the hate and the violence going on.
I always thought of Portland as like a liberal mecca of intersectional coffee sexuals.
It's got a little bit of everything.
Everything but black people, because Oregon was literally founded by white supremacists who constitutionally banned African Americans from moving to the state until 1926. God, remember when they wore hoods? And today, the state is still almost 90% eggshell.
It died down throughout the years for a while, but now the violence is picking back up with Trump. I left last year and stepped away. I have a nephew that's mixed, and it hurt me a lot on the inside because I love my family so much. So I was searching on Facebook. That's when I found Life After Hate. Life After Hate.
Life After Hate. I had to find this group, so I tracked down their co-founder, Christian Picciolini, to force him to meet. Oh, yeah, you see me. Okay. You just over there? Oh, okay. You just sit down here, shake hand. Okay.
I'm a former neo-Nazi skinhead who started an organization called Life After Hate to help people disengage from what I helped build 30 years ago. Many of the same reasons why people join ISIS are some of the same reasons why people become neo-Nazis. Not because of the ideology itself. They say, I just wanted to belong to something.
I grew up not having my parents, so the skinheads pulled me up, and that's how I got involved with them. We recruited young kids. We'd give them white power music, propaganda.
I know what that's like. I was a Jimmy Buffett groupie for years. Starts with the music, and then you end up in an all-white cult.
Oh, yeah?
Now here I am, just wasting away. In
Margaritaville.
You understand. And speaking of regrettable tiki parties, how do we take these white polo supremacist idiots and fucking destroy them?
The best way
Yes.
to destroy hate is with love.
I'm sorry. You said what now?
What are the things that appeared in their path that deviated their trajectory? It could be trauma, could be abuse, could be unemployment or lack of education. So we will find people job training or an education or mental health therapy, because when you feel more self-confident, there's nobody to blame anymore. And now we have a network of over 100 people that we've helped disengage.
So your solution is to show them a way out with love and support, not just a nationwide game of whack-a-Nazi.
I would imagine in the history of the world, nobody's changed their opinion because they got punched in the face, because it now makes them the victim. So, hug a Nazi.
I don't
want to hug neo-Nazis.
What I want is to fight back with eloquent counter-arguments. That's why we also need groups like Life After Hate, which is somehow the only government-funded organization focused on white extremism.
Well, right before President Obama left office, he awarded us a $400,000 grant. But when Trump took office, that funding was taken away from us. Now they're focusing the program completely on Muslim communities. So we're going to crowdfund to support ourselves. White people created this problem, and it's our job to fix it.
Well, fortunately, some of all of my best friends are white, and I brought their message back from Portland.
Hello, America. I'm Fred.
And I'm Carrie. We're white people.
I'm actually half Venezuelan. Just help in any way I can.
Okay, thanks. Our people have many proud and beautiful traditions, like pumpkin spice,
The hammered dulcimer.
hedge funds,
Shushing people during movies.
white rappers,
Iowa.
clapping when the airplane lands.
Why do they do that? What's the applause for? That they landed?
Yeah, like thank you.
Look, we all know that there are violent white people.
But what can you do aside from just meaning well?
Donate to groups that combat white extremism.
Also, this might sound confusing, but just try not to punch anyone in the face.
Don't do that.
And if you can, hug a white supremacist. Are you the white supremacist and I'm hugging you?
No, opposite.
Come on.
Yeah, you white supremacist.
You
I can't
white-
believe you.
White people, you can do this. Be proud of yourself.
But not too proud. That's how we got here in the first place.
Right. Mild pride.
Just like a quick thumbs up.
Yeah.
Life After Hate's crowdfunding campaign has raised $333,000 so far, and you can help. Don't be stupid, be a smarty, undermine the Nazi party. We'll be right back.